At this time, I'd like to call the regular committee of the whole to order. It is September 20th, 2022 at 6 p.m. on the village clock. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan? Trustee Galante? Here. Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Mueller?
Here.
Trustee Sullivan?
Here.
President Klotz?
Present. Thank you. We have a quorum, so we will continue. This time, I'd like to ask for a motion to consider the approval of the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held on September 6th, 2022.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll second.
Thank you, Colin. And Madam Clerk, could you note that Bill Brennan arrived 6:01? And can you call the roll for item number 3?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. At this time, we will consider an agreement with the Pro-Am National Event Services for the Holiday Market Tent. I know Donna is not here today. Hannah, are you taking that or just straight to Amanda?
I can take it really quick.
Okay.
It's just straightforward for the holiday tent, status quo, no major changes, costs are rising. Information was in the memo if there's any additional questions if you have to answer.
Yep, so I saw about a $5,000 increase in the tent, and then we're moving Santa out to the tent this year. Is that correct? Any other big changes, Amanda? At this time, I'd look for any other questions or comments from the board? This time, I will make a motion to move the agreement with Pro-Am National Event Services for the holiday market tent to the village board meeting later on this evening.
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Mahoney. And Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item number 4?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Item number 5, consider an Oak Park Avenue sign grant for Wyman and Co. Picture Framing and Art Gallery. Dan, are you taking this one?
Sure. Yeah, Wyman and Co.'s been in town, obviously, for quite some time, so they're looking to do a new wall sign. This is the 50% matching grant that will help them get their new wall sign. They're utilizing effective signs from here in Tinley Park. Yeah, should make they've been going without a sign for quite some time. When they took down their awning, that they kind of fallen into disrepair. So this should make that stretch look better. So
Sounds great. Thank you, Dan. Looks like just under $2,000 for the total of the project, and we'd be looking to have about $992 for the grant. Questions or comments from the board?
I just have one question, Mike.
Go ahead.
Just thank you for everyone considering this and all the work you did, Dan. Wyman's has been in business in Tinley for over 50 years, so this is a no-brainer, so thank you.
Awesome. Any other questions or comments from the board? At this time, I'll make a motion to move the Oak Park sign grant for Wyman & Co. to the village board meeting later this evening.
I'll second that.
We'll give it to Colleen.
Thanks.
And Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Roll call for item 5. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Moving on to item number 6, consider a Class B liquor license for CD Liquors. Looks like we issued a liquor license by mistake. Go ahead.
Yes, it came to my attention that due to a past administrative or technical error, that CD Liquors was currently or mistakenly issued a Class A bar license, and we're just seeking to rectify it in the system to Class B liquor store.
Awesome, thank you very much. Any questions or comments from the board? All right, at this time, I'll look for a motion to move the Class B liquor license for CD Liquors to the village board meeting later on this evening.
I'll second.
We'll let you have that one, and then,
I'll second it.
thank you, Bill. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Roll call for item 6. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Item number 7, consider upgrade of I-3 NG 911 for all public safety answering points for the 911 dispatch center. And Hannah is looking at me, so I'm assuming you're going to take this one? Pardon me? All right, go ahead,
Don't look at
John.
him. Don't look at him. Yes, thank you. This is in coordination between Public Works and Director, 911 Director Lisa Cordum. She applied for a grant through the 911 PSAP program in the state. This is to upgrade our system to an I3 compatibility, again, NG 911. It is covering the dispatch locations at our proper center, but not the two items at the backup center at PD. So the request for the committee and board includes the expenditures of the funds for the upgrade to the dispatch center and the backup dispatch center. Proposals were received from multiple vendors. Lowest proposal was for Municipal Services Consulting, an amount of $145,223.76. Requesting the committee and board approval for, or moving it to the board for approval.
Thank you, John. Questions and comments from the board? Looks like this has been obsolete for quite some time, so well-needed update. All right, at this time, I'll look for a motion to move item number 7 to the village board meeting later on this evening.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. And Madam Clerk, can you call a roll for item number 7?
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes,
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
that motion carries. My favorite item of the night, item number 8, consider resolution in support of the Village of Tinley Park's application for the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program, a grant for the 80th Avenue traffic signal improvement at Timber Lane, Timber Drive. John, you're taking this one as well?
Yes, sir, thank you. We were recently notified of the opening for the ITEP grant, again, Illinois Transportation Enhancement Project grant. This request right now is essentially a notification and request for committee approval to apply for the grant. This does not guarantee us any funds, but one of the requirements of the grant is to get committee and board action on it. This grant would afford us 80% of the costs for the traffic signal at a current estimated cost of $390,000. I'm sorry, the village's portion would be $390,000 plus any additional amount as found during construction. So again, this is just looking for committee discussion, board discussion, and a resolution that we can apply for the grant.
And then this item would also afford us the long-term possibility of adding sidewalks to 80th Avenue between the library and 183rd. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to improve the walkability and rideability of the village. So thank you, John, for bringing this to our attention.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions or comments from the board?
I had a question. So John, is this in lieu of the money from the state that Senator Hastings said that he had in the bill for us to have for that light that he never helped us get?
For the little bit of knowledge I have from that portion, which was many years ago, yes, this is to fully fund the project.
All right, so this is to replace the money that he had allocated and then unallocated. Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
Other questions and comments from the board? All right, at this time, I'd look for a motion to moving item number 8, the resolution in support of the Village Tinley Park application for the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Brennan. And Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item number 8?
Roll call for item 8, trustee Brady?
Absolutely, yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Item number 9, consider a professional engineering services agreement with Robinson Engineering for the Kimberly Heights Phase 1 drainage improvements. I believe this one's yours as well, Mr. Urbanski?
Yes, sir, thank you. As you recall with last year's discussion on the multitude of drainage issues we're having in the Kimberly Heights area, we had Robinson Engineering go out and survey the whole subdivision and At the end of that, they were able to offer us a priority-based phase approach for repairs of that area. One of the quickest and easiest locations was going to be along the north end of Kimberly Heights, which is, as it said, James Street from Ridgeland to Leslie Ann Drive, and which would afford some drainage helping some drainage issues we're having along there. We do have funding budgeted currently. It is about $475,000 estimated for the project, and we're looking for committee approval and forward it to the board for allowing them to design the Phase 1 drawings for going out to bid for that project.
Fantastic. Any help is desperately needed over there. Questions and comments from the board? All right, at this time, I'd look for a motion to move the professional engineering services agreement with Robinson to the village board meeting later on this evening.
Oh, second? Did you make the motion?
No.
Oh, I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Colleen.
Sorry.
Screwing everyone up.
Keeping you guys on your toes today. Looking for a second? Thank you, Dennis. And Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item number 9?
Roll call for item 9, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes,
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
that motion carries. Item number 10, consider a contract with R.C. Wegman for the Tinley Park Data Center relocation at the Public Safety Building. Busy night, John.
Yes, sir. All right, a few years ago, pre-COVID, we contracted with Cordigan Clark to help us design and coordinate as a construction manager the relocation of all of our IT equipment in the basement of the Public Safety Building to the main floor of the Public Safety Building. We're finally able to put that out on the street. We proposed it as individual trades or as a full general contractor trade package. It came back that the best combined cost was from a general contractor who we've worked with in the past. It is R.C. Wegman. For those of you that are not aware, that is the construction manager that we utilized for the firehouse construction. But as you can see in the attached memo, their bid came in very favorable, and we're requesting for committee approval and forward it on to the board.
Fantastic, thank you, John. Questions or comments from the board? All right, I'll ask for a motion to move the contract with R.C. Wegman to the village board meeting.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item number 10?
Roll call for item 10, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes,
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
that motion carries. And the last item for tonight, well, second to last item for the night, consider a contract with Kreider Enterprises for the street light pole painting project on Oak Park Avenue.
Say that 3 times fast.
I'm not going to. I think this one's yours as well, John.
Yes, sir. So, a little bit ago, we put out the bids for sandblasting and repainting the decorative poles on Oak Park Avenue. It did come in with an extremely favorable amount. Based on the budget available, we are asking for the approval of the bid amount with the addition to the contract and increasing the scope to a overall amount of $30,600. We do have $40,000 available, so it still gives us a benefit to the contract. But again, based on where the bids came back at, we're asking to increase the scope and at a cost of $30,600.
Yep, so it looks like we're about $800 a pole or thereabouts, so
Correct.
looks like we did it very good on the pricing, so thank you, John.
And just for a point of understanding, there were 2 bidders that were lower as read and calculated, but one of them did not respond with previous experience. That was one of the requirements of the bid package. And the other one realized that their numbers were off and asked to be removed from the bid.
Thank you, John. Additional comments or questions from the board? All right, at this time, I'd like a motion, or I'll ask for a motion to move the contract for the streetlight pole painting to the village board meeting later on this evening.
So moved.
Bill's got it? And then-
I'll second.
Thank you. And Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for item number 11?
Roll call for item 11, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to item number 12, receive comments from the public. Anybody like to address the committee of the whole? Let the record reflect there is none. At this time, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the committee of the whole meeting.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Brennan, thank you, trustee Mahoney. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll for the adjournment?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Galante? Yes. Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. We are adjourned at 6:16 PM, and we'll be back for our next meeting.